Here is my secret weapon, Nahatu. Garland? Mr. Nahatum, sir, why didn't you say that you needed? They look like a tasty team. Let's exercise before our meal. Yes, we'll power up to Super Garland and beat them.
Okay. Let's go.
Welcome back to more Klonoa Beach Volleyball. Last time, we made it through most of Championship Mode, so this time, all that's left is the Grand Final. Our last opponents are Nahatum from Klonoa, Dora the Phantomile, and Super Garland, a powered-up version of Garland from Klonoa to Dream Champ Tournament. It's really confusing having essentially two games, like Klonoa 1 and Klonoa 2. You have the console Klonoa 1 and 2, and then you have the GBA Klonoa 1 and 2. And that is not confusing at all, especially when you have a situation like this, where you have a duo comprised of characters from basically different, series within Klonoa. It is actually a really interesting pairing as a result. Oh wow, actually had a block there. I actually have never seen the level 1 AI do that, so that almost ended badly. I almost didn't react in time. Even though this is still level 1 AI, this is the final boss, so I should expect it to be a little bit challenging. But hopefully it won't be too bad. So yeah, it is actually interesting having all of these different Klonoa characters crossing over in a game like this, even though it's a sports spin-off. It is also cool to have story as well. Even though there's not a ton of story, it is nice having the little dialogue before the final and grand final matches. One of my biggest problems in terms of how I play this game is I often have trouble aiming receives. So basically, since you have to press a direction to move over to the ball to receive it, and then you also have to hold the direction to actually move it a specific to move the ball in a specific direction, I do find that I tend to move the ball away from the net without meaning to, just because I'm trying to receive. So that is a little bit complicated. I'm actually trying to be a little bit more conscious about that. Also, they have a fully lit up, they have two fully lit up rows, one diagonal and one vertical, so that is actually really bad. I feel like Nahatum is an interesting character in this game because he seems really slow, but his character model is a lot bigger than any other character, so I wonder if that gives him any advantage in terms of his ability to reach the ball and receive. But again, I guess his speed kind of balances that out. Garland is also the only character not in the traditional character types and the roster. He's listed as a super type character instead of power, speed, technique, etc. So yeah, even at level 1, the AI is actually giving us a fight here. I am really concerned about that special, to be honest, since we don't really have a special of our own to fight back at the moment. And yeah, they're actually doing surprisingly well. So let's be a little bit careful, try to keep on our toes, ready to receive whatever they throw at us. Alright, that's better. Technically, they're really close to scoring range, or to winning, because they have essentially 5 points if they actually manage to land that super, while we'll only get 3 points if we land a super at this specific moment. So we basically need to either, we need to score one more time to have the super win us the game, which isn't ideal, to be honest. Alright, so gotta block that. Barely made it, but we managed to not have them score 5 points. That was actually very close. Alright, I wasn't expecting that to happen that way. Even then, the final boss, the AI occasionally will just drop the ball, literally and figuratively. And with that, we reached the end of Championship Mode. And our final MVP is Lolo. Hooray, we've won! Come on, let's try again. I see that you're trying really hard. I'm going to do better this time. Moo! The new Popka Delicious Voice Cracker. Here we go, spinning punch! Oh moo! Watch this! Tornado Attack EX! You better pay me for the damage. No, prize money!
We're the best! Hooray!
And our final score for Championship Mode is an S rank with 72 points won and only 4 points lost. Even though we reached the end of Championship Mode, we're not quite done with the playthrough yet. First of all, one thing I wanted to bring up is that the title screen is actually an unlockable one. I'll show the default title screen on screen right now, but this second title screen is unlocked by winning Championship Mode with, if I'm not mistaken, every character. Alright, so let's hop into an exhibition match. So we have the same mode selections, but we'll stick with normal mode. One player. And in this mode, we actually can use an AI, but I'm honestly so used to playing both that we'll stick with this. So, by clearing Championship Mode with different characters, you can unlock a bunch of stuff. So Gunts, Garland, Nahatum, and Super Garland are all unlockable by clearing Championship Mode with different characters. So yeah, like for example, we got Klonoa's ending, so then we'd have to basically play it through with every other character to unlock everything. But there are more unlockables than just the 4 boss characters. We'll stick with Klonoa,
Here I am!
and Lolo,
Here I am!
and let's go with Chipple
Let's do it!
and Heartmoo.
Woo!
So, in addition to the main courses, there are 2 special courses that are also unlocked by, or courts that are unlocked by also clearing Championship Mode with increasing numbers of characters. So there's a Christmas court and a Highland court. So let's see what these are like. We have a bunch of different options to choose from. We'll go with 5 points to make this a little bit faster. There's also a simplified mode, Kids mode, There's different CPU levels. Let's go level 1, like we did for the main playthrough. You can also change the game speed. You also have different ball types that are unlockable by clearing championship mode with different characters. So they have different attributes that you can see at the top of the screen. We'll go with the default, and you can also unlock the ability to change the character size to make things a little bit more interesting. But we'll leave this relatively default.
Okay. Let's go.
Gonna do my best.
So yeah, this isn't the longest game in the world, but there is replay value by having a ton of different options and characters that are unlockable by simply playing through championship mode a bunch, up to 12 times, which is kind of a lot actually. As far as I know, difficulty does not matter for unlocking everything though, so you can just stick with level 1, which is good, again, as someone who struggles with level 2 and 3. Yeah, in general, this is a fun game. Obviously, its rarity doesn't make it the easiest game to recommend, but I do enjoy this. And I think it's partly just because, I mean, I am a Klonoa fan. I do feel like Klonoa in general has been a fairly, obscure series. Again, I am very happy that we are finally getting something new for the franchise, even if it is just a compilation, but it happens to be a compilation including a game I don't actually own, so I'm totally fine with that. 5 points is actually not that much when you're playing against level 1 AI. I might actually make the next one 10 points, just because, yeah, this is actually really short. A lot shorter than I thought, actually. Alright, so yeah, that went by really quickly, setting it to only 5 points. Not shocking that Klonoa is the MVP. Alright, so let's head back into Exhibition Match. We're going to keep the settings mostly the same. I might turn up the difficulty level also, because that wasn't that challenging.
Here I am.
This time, let's go with Tat and Lirina.
Gonna do it.
And our final unlockable course is the Highland Court. So yeah, definitely turning that to 10 points, which is the default. Difficulty, let's go with normal, I guess. I don't know, I'm actually tempted to just leave it at level 1 just because I don't know how well this will go otherwise. Play it safe. Leave these options the same. But yeah, it is cool having different like types of volleyballs to use, and yeah, different character options to make things a little bit more exciting. So let's see what this final court is like.
Okay. Let's go. Here I am.
I'm gonna win.
But yeah, in general, I might as well give my closing thoughts as we go through our final match. Yeah, this game is actually fun. I imagine it would be more fun with multiple players. I also think that the strange 2-player, 1-controller setup might also make it a really interesting multiplayer game. Trying to actually coordinate while still holding the same controller with 2 people. I think that would actually be a very fascinating way to play this game. Yeah, in general, it's very short. It's not the greatest game and might not be the best introduction to Klonoa, if I'm being honest. But yeah, again, at the time of this video's release, the Phantom Reverie series should either be out or releasing very soon. I don't entirely know when this video is going live. And I hope it does well. I will definitely be playing it. Whether I play it for my channel or on my own time, the answer is probably both, to be honest. I'll probably do another Let's Play. I did a Let's Play of the Wii version a long time ago, but that was really, like, not smooth, because I forgot most of the game, to be honest, towards the back half. So I would like to redo that playthrough at some point, to do a better job of, like, showcasing everything, and yeah, showcasing the game itself. And the remaster might be a great opportunity for me to actually, yeah, go through and redo that playthrough. But it probably won't be for a bit, partly because I'm technically playing a Klonoa game right now, and also because I want to actually study up on the game this time, not going as, like, with as poor of a recollection of where everything is as in my original playthrough. Actually kind of like study where everything is to have a better understanding of and not fumble around trying to locate all the collectibles. And yeah, I have never played Klonoa 2, so if I eventually play that for my channel, I'll definitely want to practice that game first. So definitely expect more Klonoa on the channel at some point. I don't know how soon it'll be, but yeah, I do love the series a lot. And I'm really excited to play a lot of these games, or some of these games for the first time, like Klonoa Lunatea's Veil. Eventually, again, I would love to play finish Empire of Dreams, and eventually play the sequel to it for GBA, and also I want to play the fan translation of Klonoa Heroes at some point. But yeah, it is actually a strangely okay time to be a Klonoa fan with the fan translation and the remaster of the first 2 games. It's kind of cool seeing this franchise get so much support after all this time of being fairly obscure and kind of struggling to stay afloat. Yeah, it is actually getting a lot more attention, and yeah, I'm hoping that keeps up. I hope that the Phantom Reverie series collection sells great. I hope maybe I would love to see a GBA collection, frankly, because the Wii U eShop is closing, so those games will not be available for much longer. So I would like to see an official re-release of those games as well. So yeah, in general, this was a lot of fun. Again, just as kind of a short little spin-off to get excited for the remaster. And our final MVP for this playthrough is looking to be Klonoa. Yep, it is Klonoa. And with that, we have reached the end of the playthrough, so thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for something different.